Here's attempt number 1 at beating Zeromus. Now, I didn't do any form of grinding right now, so what you saw last episode is exactly what you get. You get a level 52 Cecil, level 51 Rosa, and these guys shouldn't be able to... I'm wondering if Rydia can handle a Big Bang. It's still a stupid name for an attack. Unless we're talking Dragon Ball Z, that's a dumb name for an attack. Well, actually, I take it back. It could be a cool name. Like Supernova from Sephiroth, except not as overly dramatic, but I don't think that's what they were trying to go for. Yeah. I had to look at a GameFAQs message board, see what the minimum is. A lot of people say 60, but that just sounds too easy for me, and grinding seems like a total hassle. For a while, Rydia hasn't had a lot of HP, but now she has 1500. Meaning, I think she should have enough to blast. I don't know how powerful Big Bang is, but I know that he has a couple of nasty counters. Usually when people talk about difficult final bosses for Final Fantasy, they talk about guys like Cloud of Darkness, that chick. Or X-Death. I needed games with a old school job system. People told me that Necron would be difficult, but Necron was easy. I didn't have too many problems with him. Oh, fuck. I used Life 2 on Cecil instead of Edge. I'm gonna use Virus. There is a point where Rydia learns Nuke and things like that, but I don't know if Nuke is useful at this point because I think he starts using counters once you do that. But level grinding for characters in their early 50s doesn't seem like it'd be too hard around here. I think about it. This cure 2 has improved significantly. Cecil's, that is. At least I seem to think so. That's not too subjective. Aside from my choice of words with significantly. He rarely attacks, so I'm not going to be too worried about escaping. Yeah, but that level didn't really boost up her HP, which is the thing most people are worried of at this point. How many hits can you take? The squishy characters get no privilege for this boss fight, apparently. But I don't want to talk about a boss fight I haven't fought. Because then I sound like a keyboard gamer. Not like PC or computer, but like that I'm not actually doing. I'm just typing up what you should and shouldn't say. Like I'm backseat. You know, those people that you're in their house or they're in your house and they're telling you how to play the game, but they're not playing it themselves. They're just telling you what to do, even though they've never tried anything themselves. Well, backseat gamer, keyboard gamer, whatever you want to call it. I want to actually try this guy for myself ASAP like Rocky. Red Dragon 3. So there's 3 of these red dragons, even though it only looks like there's 1. Damn, that was a bit intense. See, 700 now. His magic is improved. Observe. Come on, let's body these hoes. I'm trying to fuck bitches, get money, nigga. Swag. Mind. What the fuck is that? Whatever it is, this game really wanted me to fight it. And finally, it's time to advance the storyline. So we get one of my favorite scripted battles in Final Fantasy IV. Not as cool as the one in Final Fantasy V where, spoiler alert, skip the next 10 seconds, Galuf dies protecting you guys from X-Death. That had an impression on me since like 2011. So that's not too long ago, but yeah, my body is Reggie. Silly! W Meteor? Well, that did 9,999. And a lot of the enemies we have to fight right now, they have more than that health, so Zemus needs to get his weight up. Right on. We didn't even notice you because we're busy kicking ass. We don't even get to see Golbez's face in this game. Stop saying each other's names. So Zeromus is Zemus's inner hatred. Concentrated into like a spiritual form. Yo, if it didn't work the first time, it just healed him. What makes you think you'll do better? So only a light warrior can use that effectively. Oh, they got clapped up and trapped up. And now, Cydia. The whole squad is here. Let's go full anime right now. Wake up, dude. Everyone else is saying all this dramatic shit. Surprised he didn't get slapped upside the head by his sister. Yeah, with some inspirational music. Hey, it's the dead guy and the should be dead guy. The is dead guy and the ought to be dead guy. The path between them is the bridge. Yeah, this, as epic as this sequence tries to be, it's way too long. Okay, that's for Edge, and the other's probably gonna be for Kane. Now who's gonna heal Cecil? Is it gonna be his older bro? So even though he got knocked the fuck out, they made sure to give him the favor. Feeling his ass. It's too bad you can't beat Zeromus in this form. And now we get to the real boss fight. Not this corny anime shit. The music in this game starts to change. Okay, Bahamut. Let's throw a spoon at him. This is gonna be awesome. No, she can't eat a Big Bang attack. Unfortunately. Okay. Fence sword. Do I still have the light sword? I accidentally threw a dart at him. Goodbye, Rydia. Okay, gun gear, spear, drain spear. Yeah, I don't know. I think I drew out the light sword. Now there is a moment where the AI script sets itself up so that he heals himself, but you won't see it. And this could be prevented if you damage him past the point where he does it. But it's the difference between this guy seemingly being a dude with 60,000 health, I mean, to 100,000. I'll give him a full heal, a full resurrection. Hop on it, man. Thankfully, this guy has a lot of turns where he does nothing. Or seemingly nothing if he's actually healing himself. Those are turns where his animation is basically him just moving around, twisting and shit. His AI script is predictable as fuck. He has like 4 patterns, maybe 5. That time I didn't really need it. That was kind of wasteful. One last... Oh no, I defeated him. All Final Fantasy final bosses have to fade out. But if you think about it, the background is really breathtaking. All in all, guys, I have officially finished another Final Fantasy game. Yeah, yes. Finish your anime cliches. Let me take off my headphones now. I already know like the final boss music, but I want to enjoy the ending sequence. Pussy. Yeah, confess your feelings of love to your bro. Yeah, confess your feelings. Let them know how you feel, man. Oh, no homo, bro. I just want the credits to roll. That's the only thing I want. Let me take them out again. Yeah, but his bro is leaving, even though it's understandable, because getting eternal sleep, because no one really would like to see him. He basically destroyed, or really fucked up the world with all that he did. So even though he probably, it's kind of pussy for him to, like, stay behind and, you know, have eternal sleep in the world of Lunarians, I can understand it. My son got the hose, but they already know it's about that twin cest, not just a twin cast. So Palom needs to step up his game. Clap that sister. Good thing about these ending sequences is that I don't have to scroll anymore. I can just sit back and watch it. But now I gotta give my... Because we're just seeing an ending sequence of all our playable characters. That's about it. But hey, Chamberlain. Got my son Wilt from the NBA making a cameo. All these guys are thirsty as hell. Palom is thirsty for these chicks. Edge caught the feelings for Rydia even though she's like 6 and her body's like 16. Don't you have any fangs like us, Rudy? Are we different? Yes, and she's beautiful. I don't get the translation for this. How did Cecil teach you that? So all my boys is kings now. We was kings. Edge is king. I know like Yank is king, but like I know my boy Cecil becomes king too. Well, this guy's always been prince of his musty ass, worn torn castle in the desert. No, I'd rather leave it how it is. I kinda like it. It tickles my inner hipster booty hole. What the fuck am I supposed to say to that? Oh man. Damn Cyan. Still my favorite name for a kingdom. Can I just get the TLDR ending? Well, not DR, DW. Too long, don't watch. I wanna watch this shit, man. I had fun beating final boss's ass. That should be enough. So Rosa becomes queen. What I like is that Rosa is never a princess. She's a white wizard, but over time she does become a queen. They head straight to the top. I like that shit. I always thought Rosa's character was interesting. Even though towards the beginning she's kind of a damsel in distress. I mean, she gets hit with like a really hard disease, gets really sick, and she gets kidnapped by Cain and Golbez. Oh, we get to see the back of Cain's head. He's a blondie. Hair the same length as Cecil's. But yeah, I'm looking forward to my next playthrough. I have to accommodate for that last episode I was missing, episode 47, and I will accommodate for that because I'm cool like that. That's all I gotta say. I'm cool like that. Next Let's Plays, I'm gonna do 2 projects. That's what I want to do at least. Romancing Saga number 3 and Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. Yeah. in the distant future, I'm thinking Tactics Ogre, but I'm not really thinking Final Fantasy V. And the reason I'm not thinking Final Fantasy V is because I'm getting a little sick of Final Fantasy. Finally, right? Like, I mean, I played 6 in May, 13 in June, 8 in July. I finished 9 in July as well, and I started this one in July 4, and I finished it in August. This portion of August, August 19th, so mid-August, leaning towards late August. But I like how Sid doesn't really become king. He's sort of like he's just Cecil's helper buddy. His comic relief uncle figure. What's my bro fucking Edge doing here? I tickle the bottom of my testicles right now. By the way, with a sock. That was accidental. I'm still kind of rattled by that sensation. That's not something you admit. Yet somehow I'm willing to admit that. Oh, but the gang is all here. I guess they're all invited to the kingship, the crowning of my boy Cecil, or their wedding, whatever it is. Maybe both. I haven't been paying attention. If I were to do Final Fantasy V, it would mean that I've completed the PS1 trilogy along with the SNES trilogy, which... He's shy. Or did she, like, peck him on the cheek? I get that Rydia is supposed to be an attractive female, but I always found those like clone girls from the after years to be a bit more attractive. It's like comparing Shion to Cosmos. Cosmos wins, at least for the first game, all the time. I think in Xenosaga 3, that does take a slight shift because they like redesigned Shion. But you must get what I mean. Let me hear the music again. It's just another take on the main Final Fantasy theme. So I don't really... So I get it. I get what they're trying to go for. I like it. I love Nobuo Uematsu, but... Sounds of Silence. are the most beautiful sounds of all. Of them all. But yeah, look forward to Romancing Saga 3. Get ready. We're coming to take over the world. I'm looking for that DN screen. Because Hiroyuki Ito designs these games so that the combat system and mastering the game will make you feel more appreciative of the end screen. And I really want to see it. But look at all these guys that do good work. Tetsuya Nomura. Tetsuya Nomura's first Final Fantasy work was Final Fantasy IV as the debugger. And then he went on to be a monster designer for Final Fantasy V. Furthermore, he designed some of the characters in Final Fantasy VI, like Setzer. It wasn't all Yoshitaka Amano. And Shadow, along with their storylines and backstories. You then noticed his big break was in Final Fantasy VII. Once it went to the world of 3D, he really took over 7, 8. Yoshitaka came back for 9, but he went on to do 10 and everything afterwards. 12, no, 10, 13. Along with The World Ends With You and Kingdom Hearts. 12 and 14, I think, were drawn by the same person. His name has an A in it. I know him for like the DS games he contributes and the Tactics series. Anything with Yasumi Matsuno. 11, I think, is the same thing. Yeah, there's a lot of new faces and old faces. Faces you'd recognize now and old faces from back then. People don't know how fresh the Super Nintendo is. It's retro, but you see the transitions. People think that Final Fantasy was the same thing. Every Final Fantasy before 7 was Final Fantasy 6. No, it wasn't. The Super Nintendo ones, the NES ones, there's always some form of evolution. We all look at Hiroyuki Ito as the father of the combat system for the Final Fantasy games, but as you can see from one of my next Let's Plays, that was actually, I think, Ashiyoki, Kazawu, no, is it? I don't know. Romancing Saga 3. I can't wait. And I just peeped the end screen. And it's flickering. And now we're getting the opening theme for Final Fantasy, so... I might hit you with the TLDR ending for episode 47, or I'll actually get a game save. Who knows? But that's gonna be later. I'm gonna rest. In a way. I woke up at 5:59, so I'm not gonna rest. Hold on. Let me tell you what time it really is, since I made a mistake. It's 10 a.m. So I started recording around at 8. So I'm just gonna move on to doing something else, something more productive for my day, because I got shit to do tomorrow. And it's Mr. Wonka 7 and suck my dick.